My name's Priscilla and I'm dialing in from sunny Sydney today. If you are a new member to the community, please accept our wholehearted welcome. And if you have any questions about our practices and topics, we're all here to help. And if you're one of our regulars, welcome back again. It is customary in Australia to begin any meeting by acknowledging the traditional owners of our land. So in the spirit of reconciliation, I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we walk, study, and reside, the Wodi people of the Dharawal Nation. And I pay my respects to elders past, present, and emerging. I also pay my respects to the traditional custodians of the various lands on which you all are. The check-in sessions have been developed by our community's practice team and you all, the entire community. These sessions aim to develop a reflective practice in response to changes. Guided by humanistic Buddhism, we would like to cultivate our practices and build memorable friendships. Today, we are delighted to welcome Joey to continue our acquaintance with the Amitabha Buddha, the Buddha of infinite light and life.
Greetings to everyone. In the last session, we spoke briefly about Amitabha Buddha and also the meaning of the name Amitabha. I also took the opportunity to share how I have adopted the Buddha name recitation method to engage the mind in the space of infinity, infinite life, and infinite light, plus how it had helped me to calibrate my mind. Today, we'll get to know more about Amitabha Buddha, a little bit more, and specifically a high-level overview of the vows that the Buddha had made. Before we dive into the vows of Amitabha Buddha, let's check in physically and mentally. Gently close your eyes into a moderately comfortable body posture. We start off the check-in with a scan throughout our body, from the top to the bottom. Breathe in and out to relax any tensed portions of your body. With our body fully relaxed and with the mind clear, let's spend around 20 seconds contemplating on this open-ended question for a moment. What is our driving force behind our thoughts, words, and actions? And whenever you're ready, gently open your eyes. We ended the brief check-in with an open-ended question. What is our driving force behind our thoughts, words, and actions? There isn't a prescribed answer to this question. It's a generally open-ended question. As we read stories of amazing beings, there's one consistent theme. There's their strong, consistent, and wholesome vows that are driving their thoughts, words, and actions. And for today, we will have a little glimpse into Amitabha Buddha's driving force, and that is his 48 vows. Venerable Master Singing wrote a prayer to Amitabha Buddha, and you can find the full prayer in Foguangpedia. Within the prayer he said, "We extend our heartfelt thanks to you for initiating the 48 vows to liberate us a long time ago, and for adorning the Pure Land of the ultimate bliss by wholly completing the way leading to Buddhahood more than 10 kalpas ago. We will not have the time to complete a thorough review of the 48 vows, but I hope these sessions will encourage us to give them a read and contemplate them in our free time. While the vows are mostly written from the angle of the Pure Land of ultimate peace and bliss, which is the Pure Land established by Amitabha Buddha to facilitate diverse beings' further cultivation until Buddhahood, it actually contains numerous useful themes that we can adopt for creating a Pure Land on Earth. Broadly, in my limited contemplation and reflection, the vows of the Amitabha Buddha can be associated with the following 6 themes. 1. Having a physical environment that facilitates continuous spiritual growth and advancement. 2. The provision of all fundamental requirements, tools, and capabilities needed to enable everyone's diverse cultivation paths. 3. A timeless and patient environment to cater to the diversity of capacities of the beings in the land. 4. Help is always available. We just need to ask for it. 5. Diverse paths towards Buddhahood are welcomed. There's no one fixed path. And 6. This whole concept of infinity and not limited. The whole concept of growth mindset and not fixed, limited mindset. We will now briefly look into the first vow of the Amitabha Buddha, out of the 48. And the first vow reads, if I should attain Buddhahood, yet there would be hell beings, hungry ghosts, or animals in my land, may I not attain perfect enlightenment. For those pet lovers, when reading this vow, will go, oh no, does it mean that I can't have my animal pet in the Pure Land? Pets are definitely welcome. In fact, in the Amitabha Sutra, it describes birds constantly sharing the sounds of the Dharma. While we contemplate this vow through the Pure Land of Amitabha Buddha, there's also another angle of contemplating this vow. And the other way of contemplation involves associating hell beings, hungry ghosts, and animals with the 3 poisons, hatred, greed, and ignorance, respectively. When we recite this vow, we are also taken on this vow, and therefore we are vowing to first avoid, then lower, and eventually eradicate the 3 poisons within us. It is beautiful that Amitabha Buddha has placed the eradication of the 3 poisons as the first vow before detailing the rest of the 47 vows. And the rest of the 47 vows is really about the various ways to help sentient beings to achieve the intention behind this first vow, which is somewhat aligned to the Noble Truths, the 4 Noble Truths, as well as the 4 Bodhisattva vows. It is also important to note that the first vow of this Amitabha Buddha does not mean that the door to Pure Land is closed for those who still have the 3 poisons. The reality is, the door to both our internal and external Pure Land is always open to all. It's just that unfortunately, the 3 poisons are impeding our ability to access the door, or that it is obscuring our vision to see the open door. Hence, a moment where we are relieved from the poison of greed, hatred, and ignorance becomes a moment of purity for our minds. And continuous moments of sustaining the absence of these poisons in our mind leads to continuous moments of purity in our minds. When this happens, the Pure Land becomes the here and the now, and not just only at the distant place described in the Amitabha Buddha Sutra. We can easily spend years discussing the details of the 48 vows, but I hope that the past 5 minutes or so and the previous session have provided you with a teaser about Amitabha Buddha's 48 vows and importantly, how we could be contemplating on these 48 vows through the lens of our personal cultivation and the immediate environment around us. So for the discussion segment today, the key questions for our conversations are: what is or are the driving forces behind our thoughts, words, and actions? And how the brief introduction to Amitabha Buddha, both the previous and today's sessions, might have facilitated a contemplation in thinking about your driving forces behind your thoughts, words, and actions.
Thank you so much, Joey, for introducing us to the profoundly compassionate vows of the Amitabha Buddha. So now we will be placed in groups of 3 to 4 to discuss the questions that Joey's presented us. In the discussion, we recommend you spend some time getting to know each other and then discussing the questions. There'll be some Zoom notifications to guide you, but feel free to let the flow as well guide you. Our sessions are guided by metta, which is unconditional love and kindness for all sentient beings. Let's use these breakout sessions to express and receive loving kindness to and from one another. Take time to pause, share, and listen. We'll also ask you to share some of your findings with a larger group. But for now, let's go to our breakout rooms for some rich and nourishing discussions. See you all back in 15 minutes.
I think we have everyone back. Do feel free to exercise your fingers and start sharing your thoughts or your a short summary of your conversations with the team. The team I had with Bruce, Darren, and Jonathan was really amazing. We talk about driving forces. For Bruce is peace, encouragement, and service. For Darren, there's an interesting story of his reflection after looking at a T-shirt of a person that has came out from gym and asking, the T-shirt says, "It would hurt, it is down to dedication, it is worth it." And that caught his reflection of what is it? What is it for me? What is worth it for me? And that's an amazing reflection on what sort of vows or what sort of thinking should I have in this journey ahead. Jonathan shares one of the main vows for him is to remain reflective, remain aware of the suffering. That's just so beautiful about kicking off that constant reflective moment, thinking about, and particularly like this phrase, wake up with a clear view, listen more, and ask why not? Why not more? What's stopping me from doing more? That's just really amazing questions that he constantly engages his mind on. And that's the kind of driving force conversation that's the intention behind that in reflecting, in helping us to reflect what is the driving force behind our daily thoughts, actions, and words. So we have from Liam, fear is the driver behind all of my social interactions, but it highlights a very real need, human connection. Yeah. And I think either Priscilla or maybe for me nowadays, the driving force is to use every moment to practice. Amazing. I'll hand back to Priscilla and then we'll head straight after that to the plenary session.
Thank you so much, Joey. We really hope the check-in session was useful to you all today, and we hope you experienced the unconditional love and compassion of this community. But for anyone who might be experiencing a greater need than what today could meet, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us. And you can also reach out to the professional organizations on the screen. Next week, we welcome back Remy to guide us through a freeform session. So there was a bit of fun. So these sessions won't be recorded. So remember to tune in on the day. As we check out today, let's recite the dedication of merits together to send love and compassion to whoever is in need.
Let us now dedicate the goodness of what you have done to all living beings. May kindness, compassion, joy, and equanimity pervade all worlds. May we cherish and build affinities to benefit all beings. May Chan, Pureland, and precepts inspire equality and patience. May our gratitude and humility give rise to great vows.
Thank you so much, Joey, for your time and your generous sharing with us. Thank you, Laichin, for being our IT master behind the scenes. And thank you, everyone, for joining us. So now we'll have our usual plenary session, and Joey's going to be around to help facilitate that. So please stay around if you have time. Otherwise, we'll see you all again next Sunday at 11 a.m.